Some of you have watched videos, listened to conversations about AI and the future of work, how the emergence of AI affects us as humans, our work life, and every other aspect of our life. You must have heard conversations where people have said that AI is here to make us more productive. AI is a productivity tool that makes you more effective and productive at your place of work. Others have argued that AI is actually here, is a threat to our jobs. Now, these stories or these conversations, as far as I'm concerned, are kind of half-baked truth. Now, I'm here. I just want to put outdated information out there, and this video should is a must watch for you if you're a parent. If you have young children who are still either in university or about to go to the university, who are still trying to choose a career path. If you're a counselor, if you're somebody who is a position to advise others on a career path, this video is a must watch for you. If you have siblings as well, this video is a video you must watch. Okay, there have been certain recent occurrence or these recent incidents that actually make me to want to do this video. So please don't only watch this video, also share it. Share it to your family, to your friends, to your siblings if you have any. All right. So it is no more news, of course, that AI has come to change almost every areas of our lives. All right. AI has come to change almost every aspect of our life. But there is something that a lot of us are not paying attention to. Especially, I'm doing this video particularly for my people in Africa. Okay, in Africa. Why? Because a lot of us, when we are going to university, some people just want to go to university just to become graduates. They pick just any course without paying attention to the relevance of that course in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, in the next 30 years. I had an encounter recently that made me want to do this video. Okay. It is no longer new. Some of you have seen on social media where somebody was used to train a chatbot in her place of work, probably as her normal day-to-day work, only to be replaced by that chatbot. I'm sure you also have heard that somewhere in Belgium or Denmark, I can't remember the exact country, a robot is appointed a minister. There's a robot as a minister. Now, if you have applied for visas and gone for biometrics, when I did my first visa application in 2019 and I went for my biometric, I had people who look at my documents. They checked everything, asked me questions, they captured my biometrics, took my picture, and did everything that needed to be done as part of the process of the visa application. Now, I moved to the UK and I have done at least 3 more visa applications in the UK here. One to extend my application, which didn't require me to go for biometric. When I was switching to post-study work visa, I had to go to capture my biometric. And the same process was done here in the UK. Humans, there were people lined up about 3, 4, 5, 6 in a desk attending to people for biometric capturing. Now, something very striking happened in my last visa application that happened just recently here in the UK. I did my visa application and we went for our biometric. When I went there, I was surprised. When I got there, first of all, there was only one person on the desk. And then there were 2 massive machines with one person only supervising. What the person was doing there was only to supervise and guide people who may have been in that machine for the first time. People like me, because that was the first time I was using that machine. So we walked in there and, hey, okay, you're here for your biometric. Yes, please sit down. Who's the main applicant? Okay, I'm the main applicant. Okay, come sit down here. Okay, don't worry, we don't need all these things. This is just what we need. Just one document was presented. And after I looked at this, okay, go there. There are women standing there who guide you on what to do. I went there, and lo and behold, I was presented in front of with a machine. The machine has instructions on what to do every step of the way. You scan your passport, you take your biometrics, you do everything. There was only one woman there supervising 2 machines. Now, after I did mine, it was a turn for my dependents, and they went also, and they were doing that. I was the one guiding them now. The woman was not involved. Why? Because she said that if with those cameras, that if they see them doing it for us, they might cancel our visa application. And through that conversation, I just said, "Oh, and this are people jobs gone?" She said, "Yes." Now that thing really struck me, and that's why I decided to do this video. If you are in your early years trying to choose a career path, now this is particularly for people in Africa and Nigeria to be precise, because I have met a lot of people who wanted to do a particular course, but JAM gave them this course, or sorry, JAM gave them this, or the school gave admission in this other course, or they wanted to do a particular course, they could not get the cutoff mark, and they were impatient to wait for the next year or look for another means of doing the same course, and they decided to go do another course, most of which are very, very, as far as I'm concerned, irrelevant. I've had a conversation with someone who was about traveling to the UK, who was looking for a means to Japa. And of course, my friend of mine created a group of his friends who wanted to Japa, and they called me one of the Sundays to kind of have a conversation with them. And one of them said something very striking and said, "Look, Baba, I don't care about the course. I just want to live." And I told him, "Look, if you don't care about the course now, by the time you're done with your program, you will start caring about the course you studied. You will either be appreciative for the choice of course, or you will regret ever choosing that course." Now, what am I talking about? If you are still in a position of choosing a course of study, please do a deep research. This is not more the time where you do a course because your uncle did it, or your father did it, or you have a friend that's doing that course. This is a time for deep research. Do some research. I was speaking to a friend, to a young boy, my former landlord, my landlord in Nigeria, the last one before I traveled. I was speaking to him, and we're talking about career path. Okay, this person's already in the university, almost graduating. Thankfully, he studied computer science, so he had a lot of options, And I just gave him some areas. I said, go and do research. Go and you see, why AI is here threatening a lot of jobs and replacing some people and taking some jobs. AI also is a very good tool of research. ChatGPT that a lot of you are using for God knows what, and Gemini and a lot of other AI tools are there to help you. Now you don't need to just use Google. These ones they aggregate information from different sources and present to you in a very simple way, simple format. Go search the course. Just search in the area of your interest. Which of this course, with this era of AI and artificial intelligence and robotics, which courses will be much needed and relevant in 25 years' time, in 20 years' time, in 15 years' time? Do a research before you pick a course. Speak to a career counselor or advisor. While AI is here to enhance our productivity, AI is certainly a threat to so many jobs, to so many career paths, to so many courses. As a matter of fact, this is a time where a lot of universities need to sit down and review the courses they offer, introduce new courses and abandon other ones. But unfortunately, this will never be the case, especially in Nigeria, where most of our syllabus and whatever we are doing has been there for God knows how long. There are courses that you have no business going to school to study at all. There are courses you have no business spending your life to study. There are courses that have no business with the current day reality. There are courses that if you pick down, by the time you finish studying that course, no one, you need to. Now, one of the hints I want to give to you is this. When looking for a course, look for a course where even if a company is downsizing, they will hardly touch people in that department. A course that does not only guarantees you a job in the future, but gives you job security. There are also people who you may not have the opportunity to go to school, or that you don't even need to go to school. There are a lot of manual jobs that AI will never do, or that even if AI will do, it will be more expensive for AI to do than for humans to do. And as a result of which, companies or people will always need humans to do those jobs. Some of those jobs does not require you going to school. They are jobs you can learn by the roadside. If you are in the university trying, I don't know how. I don't want to talk about theater art. I have a cousin who is studying theater art, and recently I've said to her, once you're done with theater art, you need to move and go do nursing or something else. Because right now, very soon, people will create characters for acting movies using AI prompts, and those characters will use to produce film videos. It's already happening. So if you're studying AI and media studies, I don't want to talk about specific courses anyways, but I want to tell you that there are courses you should not be doing in this time. And before you choose a career path, if you have access to a career counselor, a certified one with updated knowledge, please seek their advice, their counsel. If you don't, if you don't, do your own research. Do not do a course because you wanted to do this, you're aiming for the moon, and then you landed in the stars. This is not the time for the stars. If you're going for the moon, stick with the moon. If you are going for the moon, there are certain courses I would have recommended, but I don't want to because most of these courses are in the STEM field, science, technology, and engineering and mathematics, and not everybody is in that field. And I don't want some people to think they are left behind. No. So whatever course you have in mind, before you go on to do that course, go online and do your research. What will be the relevance of this field or this course in the next 20 years, in the next 40 years, in the next 50 years? And always add, with the emergence of AI, our artificial intelligence, what will be the relevance of this field in the next 20 years? Or is this field, is this course, this field, is it threatened by the emergence of AI? There are a lot of prompts you can do. I'm not here to give you prompt engineering, but I just want to advise you. And this is also for parents. You don't want to spend your life and your money training a child to go study something that is never relevant, that will never make use of, or even have the opportunity to make use of it. Please seek counsel, seek advice. And I also think this is a time where even secondary schools in Nigeria and Africa need to have career counselors to be counseling people. Once, of course, in Nigeria, from after you finish your JS3, you go to SS1, you do all the courses. I don't know if that has changed now. That was how it was during our time. You do all the courses, and SS2, you choose your courses. You should have people who will advise you in your JS3. You have counselors that will sit you down. You guys have a session. That should be integrated as part of the educational activity in JS3, in SS1, and in SS2 before you specialize. Before you specialize, schools should start having counselors who will talk to these students. As a matter of fact, if they're supposed to start that from primary school level, they should, because now children of these days are growing very fast and are very smart at a very young age. They should be doing that. If primary school is some school, if primary school cannot talk to the parents, children directly, have this session with the children and their parents or guardians who guides them, so that these children can be guided properly to choose the right profession and right career path. Of course, there's always a place for passion. Listen to their passion and understand, if your passion, if your passion is not something that can sustain in the current age, that passion can become a hobby or a side hustle or something, while you pick something else that will become the mainstay, something that can sustain you. There's a lot I want to say, but I don't want this video to be long. It's already too long. So I'm going to stop here. If you have any question, ask in the comment section and I will answer. If you already had this thought in mind, or you have something to add that I have not said already, please add it in the comment section. Let us have this conversation. This is very important for our children, for our siblings, for our friends, for our relatives. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.